Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Cowboys as mystery team to hire Belichick? ESPN admits to gossiping. The idea of Bill Belichick being hired to replace a fired Mike McCarthy came from nowhere, and then, suddenly, from everywhere. How? Why? Part of the phenomenon that has the Dallas Cowboys coaching situation in the news, simple, old-fashioned irresponsible gossip. Before we delve any deeper, in a never-say-never football world, it is conceivable that McCarthy's playoff performance might be so heinous, and Belichick's siren call be so powerful, that owner Jerry Jones is moved to make a chance. At the same time, anyone who suggests they have a source inside the Star who says Jones is considering this will say it flat out, lying. There is, outside the building, gossip and rumor. There are also friends of Bill who are making sure to spread their a sycophantic message around the NFL in order to make the recently failing legend seem all the more attractive. So a media FOB tells a media pal. Who tells another? Who tells another? And suddenly, Jerry's own words about McCarthy's job security, "It's not an issue," he recently said, citing McCarthy's outstanding work as the big difference in the Cowboys' rise to Super Bowl contention, are ignored. Some FOBs in the media have disguised this process ably, others are not clever enough to avoid looking obvious. And then there is former Patriots linebacker Rob Ninkovich, new to the media game and offering an unvarnished truth about how ESPN has steered this into being a story, said Ninkovich on The Pat McAfee Show. Say Green Bay goes down to Dallas and takes care of business, in Sunday's playoff opener. I could see Jerry Jones saying, "Hey, Bill. Hey, man, I only got so many times left, so to speak at the old glory hole." You know, Bill would be licking his chops to go down there to Dallas with a team that's loaded like that. We very much respect Ninkovich's guess as to what Belichick could like. That's fair game. We also enjoy his use of Jerry's infamous glory hole phrase. But we promised we'd delve deeper into how this sort of gossip takes hold. So, Rob, where did you come up with Dallas as Belichick's landing spot? You look at the Cowboys, Ninkovich said. I don't know who said it on ESPN's Get Up, but I do believe that somebody was saying that McCarthy, if he doesn't win, that it might be his last year. Bingo. ESPN's Ninkovich is on McAfee and is parroting ESPN's Get Up, which is parroting ESPN's Adam Schefter, who ignited this idea by writing that some people say a change could be coming for the unstable Cowboys, complete with the wobbly claim that the thought even comes from some of Jones' own staff. What the Packers are saying about the Cowboys leading up to their wild card matchup. The past 2 times the Cowboys and the Packers faced each other in the postseason, Green Bay came away victorious. There were a few major differences in those Cowboys-Packers games, though. Aaron Rodgers was Green Bay's quarterback and current Dallas coach Mike McCarthy was on the other sideline. Dallas knows the importance of this game for itself and for McCarthy. Here's what the Packers said about the playoff matchup, how he feels about the recent postseason history with the Cowboys. "Well, I'm kind of focused on the now and the present. I'm sure that's a great story, it's cool to revisit that stuff. I mean, our focus is on whatever team is right in front of us, and just so happens to be the Dallas Cowboys, who is a great challenge. They got star players in every phase. I don't know how many Pro Bowl players they had, but there's quite a few on that roster. And again, I got so much respect for Mike McCarthy, so much respect for Dan Quinn. You guys know what he means to me and my career. John Fassel, I worked with him in LA. I think they got 3 great leaders right there, and when you couple that with the players they have, it's a pretty big task. Well, it's not only Micah. Micah is a freak show, a game wrecker, and you better know where he's at. And they do such a great job of moving him around. He can line up on the edge, he can line up at linebacker, at the 3 technique, at the shade. They use multiple personnel grouping. So, they do a really good job of scheming you up and trying to create one-on-ones for him, especially in those pass rush situations. I think the games they do up front, they've got multiple people that can get after the quarterback. And just watching the tape, it's like carnage in front of the quarterback all the time. I know Aiden Durd, their defensive line coach, and I got a lot of respect for him. All those guys play relentless. They play with great motors, and I think a prerequisite for being a great pass rusher. It's been pretty impressive. I think those guys do a good job, certainly well coached. They jump a lot of routes, but you don't see a lot of routes going over the top of their heads. So, I think that speaks a lot of those guys, because you don't always see that. All those guys in the back end, I think they got 26 takeaways on the season, they all have tremendous ball skills. You got to be very precise with the rhythm and the timing of the passing game. You got to make sure the wideouts are coming off the ball with the correct pad level and not kind of snitching on certain routes and concepts to allow them to make those types of plays. Micah Parsons concedes Dan Quinn's last ride with Cowboys, teases about going with him. Dallas Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons understands that defensive coordinator Dan Quinn's time with the franchise is likely coming to an end. Quinn is one of the hot names on the NFL head coaching circuit. He has already received interview requests from the Washington Commanders, Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Chargers, and Tennessee Titans. And he is considered a favorite to land the job with the Seattle Seahawks following the recent departure of longtime head coach Pete Carroll. Quinn was the defensive coordinator on Carroll's 2013 Super Bowl title team in Seattle. But Parsons frustrated Cowboys fans and poked owner Jerry Jones when he teasingly raised the possibility going with Quinn. "Dan's my guy," Parsons said. "And if he do leave me, it's always love. He might take me with him, you never know." Parsons was smiling when he made the comment. There is no way Quinn can take him with him. And Jones has already talked about a contract extension for Parsons that could possibly make him the highest-paid defender in NFL history. But Parsons' comments does speak to the bond he has developed with Quinn over the last 3 seasons. "That's like my OG, for real. He means a lot to me, not only 'cause it's not just about football," Parsons said. "I think we were talking today, and I was like, could you do the college thing? 'Cause of Nick Saban retiring and all them." And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "'Cause you're just such a great mentor." I think he does a great job finding ways for you to love the game, finding ways to go around the game. It doesn't always have to be hard-nosed, "I'm the coach." I think it's more of a friendship. We go through what I don't like, what I do like. He doesn't just treat me like a player, he treats me almost like a friend. He's always there when I need him, and we're not afraid to have those hard conversations, either it's father to son or player to coach, we have them no matter what. Most importantly, Parsons wants to maximize the team he has left with Quinn. He hopes it ends down with a trip to the Super Bowl. "It's the nature of the business," Parsons said. "It could possibly be my last ride with Q. And if it is, we're gonna make sure it's a good one." And you fan, what do you think of the Dan Quinn situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.